Ah, I bet you're expecting gameplay here, but this is the finale of Revelations Persona, aka I'm throwing in the towel, but I don't have a towel, so I'm gonna throw a blanket here. Wah! Yeah, like I like that game, but that game has aged very poorly for me in terms of RPG mechanics. And where we last left off in the videos, basically another hour was going to transpire before I would make it to the boss room. Beat the first form of the boss, and then the second form of the boss, which would like attack twice because it has that characteristic. Just completely like I think I got hit with like the worst RNG hit or roll, and it got hit with like Pandora's second form's most damaging attack twice in a row, and just completely wiped my party. I was like, I literally don't want to have to spend like another 3 hours climbing through that dungeon, on top of probably having to spend what like 5 or 6 hours grinding just to get to a high enough level to even be able to beat that boss. So I'm done. Like I hate that I'm literally like throwing in the towel like this because I want to beat that game and have it on video and all that stuff, just for my own personal stuff and all that stuff and all that jazz. But I I can't put myself through hours upon hours upon hours of playing that game just for the game to be like, throw middle fingers up in the air and just be like, I don't care. We're just gonna waste your time. We're gonna waste hours of your time because there's no save points here in between. So that's that. We're actually gonna go through the ending though, and I'll tell you exactly what happens. So you get to the boss. I don't know what I did that. That was really weird just to adjust myself. So you get to the boss. This is what Pandora looks like in its first form. Look at that thing. Ugh. Ugh. You see it has Maki's face on it, where like right there in that area, and it's real gross. That's basically a cutscene that happens in the game, and it's not pretty. So you beat that, everything's hunky dory, but then it like splits open, or like what? Hang on, let's go back to that image. That back part there like stays away, but the part with Maki's face on it, or Mary's face, excuse me. English, gotta use the Revelation Persona terminology here. It like folds into itself, and then she cocoons out and becomes this, a butterfly. That's the second form, which also has 15,000 HP. I think my audio is gone on a sync already. That's real good. There's this form. Yeah. And then there's also another form with like blue hair, but they both share the same HP. It's real bad. So you beat that, and then I guess you get this where Mary's like, enough is enough. And now I'm going to minimize OBS and read you exactly what happens after you defeat the second form of Pandora. So after defeating the second form of Pandora, it will ask you why you wish to go on. All your party members will tell it various reasons why. Mary then confronts Pandora and tells it that they are parts of the same entity, Mary. With that, they reform. The ideal Mary, now refused with Pandora, then says goodbye to everyone. Since she isn't the flesh and blood Mary, she must remain in the dream world. She then warps everyone but you back to the real world. She wanted to tell you something, is the reason she gives for not having warped you back with the others. Mary kisses you and then tells you that she has always loved you. With that said, she says goodbye and warps you back to the real world to rejoin your friends. Philemon appears in a cinema and tells you of the power that you now possess and how it's really your true self. He then takes off his mask and you see his real face. After doing this, he turns into 100 butterflies and then all fly away. After Philemon leaves, you learn that after the series of incidents, the town gained worldwide attention, but now everything is back to normal. SCBEC and the name Guido became internationally renowned, yet the names of the students who were involved never became known. Time has passed. Memories of the incident sank deep into their consciousness. The boys and girls who found their identities began to walk into the future not knowing what will happen. The scene then cuts to the inside of the Peace Diner where one by one your friends are arriving. They are all gathering to go to an amusement park. Probably Dreamland. That's mentioned in the game at some point. You are then given another cinema, this one of a school classroom. It's empty except for one girl, Mary. She walks towards one of the desks, and when she reaches it, you see that it has a compact on it. A school class photo is then tossed on the desk. Life in the town of Lunarvale is finally back to normal. What happened later in life to each of the characters you used is shown in a mini biography. Mary, With her sickness cured, Mary has now become a mature young lady. She has won many art awards and good things are happening in her life. She's happy with her mother now and has a new boyfriend. Also, she appears in Persona 2 as well. Mark. Mark went to New York to study art. His avant-garde style in art has won acclaim with the critics, and he's having the time of his life. Nate. In disguise, Nate lands a job in one of the companies his family owns. He finds out firsthand how cruel the business world can be. His arrogance from the past has now turned into compassion for all people. Also appears in Persona 2, and depending on your theory of how it works, he's also part of the Shadow Operatives in Persona 4 Arena. Brad. Brad is now a TV talk show host. He has a newfound openness when he talks about his past to his viewers. In all this glamour, though, he still never forgets to check on his friend Mark. Elena. Elena got a job at a well-known trading company. She met a nice man at her job and is devoting herself to her husband, her and her family. Her only complaint is the size of her husband's salary. Ellen. Ellen became a model. Her down-to-earth lifestyle, despite her status, is favorably well-liked among young girls. She often appears in magazines and TV, commenting on her negotiating techniques with the demons. Chris. Relieved from a life driven by vengeance, Chris has started to walk a normal life. He is now a husband and father of one child. His friend Mark met his son and immediately noticed the trait of a loner. You. How he came to be? Well, that's up to you to decide. After the biographies are finished, the credits for the game are shown. Small pictures of various locations throughout the game are randomly displayed in the corners throughout this sequence. The theme for the Velvet Room is an accompanying music. The last picture is of an empty piano in the Velvet Room. This picture fades to the quote, "Cogito ergo sum," by fucking Rene Descartes. I think, therefore I am. Finish. Also, I don't know why. I guess that works because we're talking about the ending. If I move out of the way, which one of these is the Persona 3 movie 3 poster? It literally has that quote on it. Fucking Kogito ergo sum, I think, therefore I am. And just Ryoji chilling on the Moonlight Bridge. That's Persona Revelation Persona. That's Persona 1. Like I said, I wish I could beat that game, but I just don't want to devote hours upon hours upon hours upon hours just to do that, and then on the off chance that it would just fuck me over once again. So hopefully you enjoyed what you saw of it. I mean, I'm sorry that the ending isn't exactly going to be what you expected, but hey, at least we know what the ending is. I think it's a cool ending for what, for what it's worth. Like, it's like, hey, it's the what's that movie? Basically it's a trope where it's like, and the story ends, and here's where all the characters ended up. Though it was like some of these actually, they do end up in Persona 2, so this probably doesn't actually line up canonically for some of them, but, because Mary shows up in there. Yuki does, which she's not in this mini biography section. Nate does, because I think he's in Eternal Punishment, or maybe both. I don't know. But I know like those three specifically have parts in Persona 2. So maybe some of the other ones do as well. I just can't remember off the top of my head. But that's Revelation Persona. It's a strange game. Strange translation as well. I think that's pretty obvious. But that's that. Thanks for watching the videos. Once again, apologies that this isn't the ending you would pretty much expect, but yeah. Tune in tomorrow, or I actually don't know. Tomorrow or Monday, because I haven't actually finished uploading the rest of the Persona videos yet. And we're going to go back to Persona 3 Portable. Mostly because A, I want to play that game real bad, because I haven't played it in a while. And B, we're going to do female MC, which, fuck yeah, because she's the ballerest MC in all of the Persona games. And B, I've been wanting to redo that game for a while now, just because the original run that's on YouTube right now is just, it's pretty garbage for what it's worth. And there's just a lot of videos in that playlist that are just unwatchable in terms of just either the emulation is real bad, commentary audio is just it's you can't even hear it. It's that bad. And just like other performance issues and stuff. So been wanting to redo that series for a while, and I think that was the perfect time. Plus, I think that might be the last Persona game we play for a while, so why not go out on a high note? Because I don't. I feel like this game has actually kind of pushed me away from wanting to play Persona 2, which is kind of a bad thing because Persona 2 is really good, but just all the bullshit we went through in this game, like, it kind of makes me just like, I don't necessarily think I want to play Persona 2 anytime soon. So, hey, let's look forward to P3P coming fairly soon, tomorrow or Monday, whenever this goes up. So, thanks for watching the series. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you got to, at least get a sense of like what Persona 1 was here in America when it came out originally in '96, which it's crazy. And just, all the weird themes in that game and how that game got a kids to adults rating. That's real nuts as well. So thanks for watching that. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you in another video, probably. Bye.